That's very good. Obviously, this is an example of goblet cells only. What are these sort of glands over here? Exactly. What is the arrangement of the glands? What is the shape of the gland?
Columnar.
Tubular. You can see the tubular arrangement of the glands, isn't it? Right or not? See the goblet cells are facing each other. This is the lumen of the gland. Okay. This is the goblet cells which are arranged like this and are facing each other. So this is the tubular arrangement of the glands. Okay. So this is a tubular gland. This is one tubular gland. This is another tubular gland. And these are all the mucous folds. Like this they will arrange. Within the mucosal folds, these tubular glands were arranged parallel to each other. Okay. So this is a example of tubular sort of exocrine multicellular gland. Okay. Got it or not, everyone? Yes. The same thing. Okay. This is subcutaneous, connective tissue, and this is the luminal part. This is the luminal. Here will be the lumen. Okay. These are the mucosal folds which contains the multiple tubular glands. Okay. Okay. And in case of glands, in case of mainly difference between the mixed glands. I mean, endocrine and exocrine mixed glands and mucous and serous mixed glands. Okay. So if you see, there is a cluster over here. There is a cluster of cells. Cells are arranged like a cluster. Okay, like granular appearance. Okay, and you can see different shapes of cells over here. Cluster form and different arrangement of the cells over here. And there is a connective tissue around this cluster. Okay, and you can see. I'll show you how the ducts will appear. Okay. Ducts will appear in the form of thick-walled structures. Okay. If you see here, there is a thick-walled luminal thing. Okay. Thick-walled, vertical or horizontally arranged border with a central space. Okay. It indicates duct. I'll show you one more duct later. Okay. I'll show you one more. Okay. Ducts are present and glandular tissue is present. And cluster of cells. Cluster of cells indicates cluster of cells is an example of which sort of gland? Clump.
Multicellular exocrine glands.
Endocrine. So clump. Okay, clump sort of arrangement will be seen in the endocrine part. Okay, this is the clump. Okay, or cluster appearance of the cells. Okay, and surrounded by multiple cells and contains ducts over here. And this doesn't contain any ducts. I'll show you how the ducts will appear. Okay, there are no ducts within this part and separated by a connective tissue and multiple uniformly arranged colorful dark stained cells. Okay, these are this is light stained cluster, and these are dark stained cells. Okay, and these cells are having ducts over here. So this part must be the glands which contains ducts. Exocrine part and cluster which containing connective tissue around it and with no ducts. So obviously endocrine part. So this is an example of mixed gland. What is it? Pancreas. In both endocrine part and exocrine part. So indicates pancreas. Okay. And here you can see a thick-walled structure. Thick wall. If you compare this one, these are thin wall, isn't it? These are thin wall. But if you see over here, this is thick wall. This much thickness of wall is there, isn't it? Right. So and then central space is there, lumen. So it indicates the duct. For example, if it is a transverse section, the duct will appear like this. In case of transverse section, the duct will appear like this. Okay. In horizontal section, it will appear like this, vertically. Okay. So this is the horizontal section. Okay. If you will able to find horizontal section of this. Yeah. This is one duct transverse horizontal arranged. This is one horizontal arranged. Earlier we have seen, right? And these are the ducts which are arranged vertically or horizontally, okay, in sections. Okay. Okay, this is duct which is transversal section. This is longitudinal section. Okay, this is the example. So duct is present. So obviously duct is present. So obviously exocrine. And any color difference over here? See, you can see. Yeah. See, focus over here. These are darkly stained, and focus over here is lightly stained. Okay, but cells are present all around, isn't it? So these are the mucous glands, and these must be serous glands. So serous glands and mucous glands, and with ducts. So what might be the gland? Submaxillary, submandibular, sublingual gland. Whatever the gland. Whatever. Submaxillary, submandibular, sublingual. Okay, all these glands contains both serous and mucous acini or glands. Okay, and along with the ducts for conformation. We have seen already the duct.
During identification, we write that any of the, like it might be any of the thing.
Whatever. Yeah, you can write. That's not a problem. Yeah. Okay. So, darkly stained and lightly stained glands, okay, serous glands and mucous glands, and with a duct. So obviously it is an exocrine gland and mixed gland. It's in other words serous and mucous. Obviously it should be mucous gland. Apart from pancreas, because pancreas we have seen cluster of cells, not like these things. Okay. Okay. Cluster of cells means like appears like a granular. If you put some multiple dots, it appears like a cluster. So in that pancreas, it appears like a cluster and separated by connective tissue. Could you see any connective tissue separating these gland cells? Normally it will be separated, but here you can't see clearly. But there you can see very clearly a white colored halo separating the exocrine part and endocrine part, because endocrine part needs blood vessels. Those blood vessels will be present in case of within the connective tissue. So connective tissue is must around the endocrine part. But getting it? Okay. Here also connective tissue will be present but can't be seen properly. Okay. But you can see the serous part and mucous part. Okay, and the duct. So obviously exocrine gland and mixed gland. Okay. And this is thyroid. These are the thyroid follicles. You can see multiple cells arranged around the follicle. You give me the attendance and leave, okay? Give me the attendance and leave. Huh? Yeah, you can go. You can give the attendance and then leave. If you could able to find out everything. Okay? So this is the follicle. You can see the colloid without any nuclei. So that means this follicle contains the secretions. Okay, not the cells. Okay, the cells are the follicular cells or cuboidal cells are arranged around the follicle, but not within the follicle. Okay, and then you can see connective tissue around each and every follicle, isn't it? You can see the connective tissue. This is the connective tissue. This is the connective tissue. This is also connective tissue. This is the connective tissue. Okay, but you can't find any ducts over here. Could you find any ducts over here?
No.
These are the follicles. Within these follicles, have you seen any ducts?
No.
No. In case of parotid gland, you haven't seen, right? Okay, I'll show you the parotid. Okay, these are the follicles. These are the follicular cells. This is the colloid. You can identify easily the thyroid gland. Okay. Alright. This is one of the. What is this?
Parotid.
How you can identify? Very good. Okay, see, you can see there are thick walled ducts over here, circular and horizontal or vertical arranged ducts over here, right? And these are the glandular cells. Have you seen could you able to identify any color difference over here?
No.
Like earlier?
No.
I'll zoom it. Could you find any color difference? Uniformly colored. Uniformly colored, and ducts are present and multiple lobules are present. So this indicates which gland? Obviously an exocrine gland. Exocrine gland and uniformly arranged cells. Only one color, no difference of color. So obviously it must be serous. Serous. Okay. We have seen the salivary gland. Other salivary gland, there is a difference of color. But here, only one sort of color. Only one sort of color. And if you see in another slide also, here also only one sort of color, no difference of colors. But with the ducts, multiple ducts. So it indicates ducts are present. So obviously it must be a gland, and exocrine gland, and uniformly colored. So obviously it must be parotid gland, because we have seen pancreas, cluster of cells. There are no cluster of cells. Only cells are there. Glandular cells are there. Okay, but no, there is no cluster of cells separating connective tissue and everything. Here also connective tissue is there, but there is no separation between the endocrine part and exocrine part sort of thing over here. Okay, only one sort of cells, but separated by means of connective tissue. These forms one lobule, these forms one lobule, this forms one lobule. The lobules will be separated by, because each and every glandular tissue will be separated by means of connective tissue. So this is the connective tissue. but these are uniformly arranged, not like cluster or different sort of cells like that, like endocrine or pancreas. Okay, so obviously it must become exocrine gland and parotid gland. Okay, and one more thing. This is actually not a good slide, but try to understand this. Okay, this is an example of sebaceous gland. Okay, sebaceous glands are tubular coiled glands. Okay, tubular and coiled glands. Okay, you can't see the tubular thing over here because it is a low power. Okay, you can see it in high power. Okay, see this is the surface epithelium. Okay, this is a subcutaneous connective tissue. Okay, and these are the hair follicles. These are the hair follicles. I'll show you how the hair follicle are. Okay, this is the hair follicle. You can see the broad basal part and narrow apical part, isn't it? You can see a broad basal part and narrow apical part, isn't it? In the continuity of this epithelium and subcutaneous connective tissue, there is a lag over here. There is a transverse strand. There is a vertical strand over here, cutting this whole tissue. Here it is over here. Here you can't find that. Here you can't find that. But here you can see a vertical strand over here. Just beside the hair follicles lies the sebaceous glands. Okay, just remember that. Beside the hair follicle lies the sebaceous glands. Okay, so this is a sebaceous gland. Okay, this is an example of sebaceous gland. And one more. Here, if you focus, so this is the hair follicle. You can see a vertical strand over here, and this must be sebaceous gland. This must be a sebaceous gland. Okay, these are the things what you are supposed to identify in the cells. So totally, ducts, color difference, and connective tissue around the cluster of cells. These three you have to keep in mind. Then you can identify whether it is pancreas or mixed sort of other salivary gland or only parotid gland. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, yeah. Whose pen is